Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Who the Hell Asked. I am your host, Slade, along with...
A very tired Byron.
Yes, we are both very tired. It is super late at night when we decided to record this video due to a couple things. Fortunately for us, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, outside of Sora being in Smash, which we already did a video on, it was a pretty slow and dead news week.
Yeah, and we may cover the one kind of big news story next week, but this week we got a tier list for you.
Yeah, so we're going to do a tier list of all the character splash reveals for the Smash series. Minus everything Brawl and before. So like Byron doesn't have a lot of info or context on it because I guess he didn't really get to see those trailers in person. So it'd be like judging purely off the videos of the trailers themselves and absolutely nothing else.
Well, yeah, and I wasn't really following gaming news in fucking 2008. I was playing Mario Party 8.
Oh yeah. So
All right.
before we get into this, I'm gonna go over our tiering criteria here, so everyone kind of gets an understanding of why we're coming to the opinions or how we're formulating our opinions. So personally, I'm tiering based off three different things of criteria. So thing number one, context of the character. So what do I mean by that? Obviously, who the character is obviously pretty important, right? No matter how pretty or awesome your trailer is, if it's something that's like mega disappointing, then that's obviously not going to be rated as highly as something that's like, oh my god, this character could have never happened, and this and that, even if necessarily the trailer isn't as cool or cinematic as others. Criteria number two is the trailer's cinematics itself. How neat or cool did we think the trailer itself was? So for some characters that kind of just popped in, they're like hello, and then that just disappeared. It's kind of like, oh, that was disappointing. Then you have like ones like Sephiroth where it's just a full blown epic, where he fucking comes in and slices Gleam in half, and then like fights everybody. It's CGI. Like that's basically like the width of like criteria we're going into on that front. And then the third one, and obviously the most subjective one, is how much we like the character ourselves.
Yeah.
So, as I said, this one's extremely subjective. I think in some cases we can be like, oh, the trailer was really cool, and the cinemat and the character is like widely popular, but maybe we absolutely despise the character. So we're like, that.
Yeah, like we're like, fuck this character.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're like, the trailer may not have been like the most great, but like, yo, this character, let's fucking go.
Exactly. So we're going to try to be as objective as possible, but obviously with the nature of tier lists themselves, there's going to be a lot of subjectivity.
Yeah, there will but give us your thoughts. Give us your tier lists down below. We'll have this tier maker in the description, but Slade, let's just get started.
Okay, so starting with Smash 4, because like I said, Byron doesn't have a whole lot of context of Brawl and whatnot.
Yeah, for some of these, and for you, the general audience who may not have the context,
yeah,
it will explain in some tiny depth these trailers.
Yeah, we'll talk about what we thought and what the trailer meant to us and like things like that. So I'm actually going to do the three Brawl trailers because I have context of them. And I figured I would do that, and then we'd move on to our first character. So starting with the initial Brawl reveal that had Meta Knight, Zero Suit Samus, Pit, and Wario. Obviously coming off Melee, very exciting to see, a bunch of characters, Nintendo characters for the first time. And the trailer was incredibly, exciting. It was really funny seeing Wario kind of like fart like a nuke up at the very end. Little did we know Waft would be a controversial mechanic moving forward. But ultimately, we were just excited to see another Smash game. So I think this one's going to be a solid B tier trailer for me. You'll notice for our scores on the left here, all of them, with the exception of D, are passing grades for the most part. That's because, for the most part, Byron and I agreed that none of the trailers were outright so horrible that, like, oh, they're terrible, this character should be in Smash, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they're like no trailer for a character, even if we may not necessarily like the character. No trailer was ever like this is bad. It's like basically meant to like this is the most hype thing ever, basically.
Oh, for sure. So, that's what I thought of the initial Brawl trailer. Now, arguably, probably one of the most important trailers in Smash history is the one that kind of opened up the floodgates beyond Nintendo characters. And that is Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. So, this came at the end of the, initial Brawl reveal trailer, where it kind of had the codec conversation with the Colonel, and then he just popped the under the box, like tossed it over his head. It was like, kept you waiting, huh? And it was super like crazy at the time because before then, the idea of third parties happening in Smash was really kind of just an absolutely foreign concept. It's like pretty much almost guaranteed it would never happen.
Well, some were supposed to happen in Melee, but didn't.
But we didn't have that context at the time.
Yeah.
So ultimately, Snake, even though the trailer itself, it's a very old trailer, it obviously doesn't go into a lot of details like his moveset or like stuff like that. But because of like what it meant overall, this is an easy, the significance of it. This is an easy S tier for me. Because, as I said, this opened up the floodgates to third parties as a whole. Yeah. And ultimately is one of the most iconic moments in all of Smash.
Ultimately? we'll get to that later.
Let's say we're only in Brawl Mart.
I had to make the pun, man. I'm Mr. Puns. All right.
Okay, so the next character for Brawl was arguably the most requested one. I think it was the most requested one at the time.
Oh, and absolutely.
Also, probably the craziest third party to have ever, been considered for Smash. This was at the time. You're talking about a former console rival.
Yeah.
And sworn enemy to the Italian plumber we all know and love today. We're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. So, once again, the trailer itself wasn't, like, uber impressive, though I have to admit seeing Sonic roll around while Live and Learn was blasting in the background was nothing short of amazing.
Live and Learn, great song.
Oh yeah, love it. In fact, Sonic songs in general tend to like be bangers.
Slap?
Yeah, they just slap. But back to the context of it, you're talking about like the console rival of Mario's. Like a lot of people like when you think about Mario's most iconic rivals, you think Bowser and Donkey Kong and whatnot. But really, his greatest rival was Sonic the Hedgehog. So seeing him in Smash was something else. I don't think it's quite as iconic as Snake's appearance. But I still think the context of it's very important, and I'm going to put this in A tier. I think at the time, Brawl hadn't quite figured out how they were going to introduce, like, characters and create individual trailers for them and, like, splash reveals. But Sonic and Snake overall were incredibly exciting and definitely had a lot of things that boded well for the future from there.
Yeah.
So
and now we get to Smash Wii U / 3DS.
Yes. So before we both tier the characters, I'm going to kind of provide the context first. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to like take turns with the tier list discussing what we thought of like the character overall in the video and obviously where we placed it on our list. And then we just go back and forth from there. So the first character for Smash 4 to be introduced that was a newcomer was Villager from Animal Crossing. So the context of this at the time was Sakurai was previously on record for a Famitsu column for characters that didn't quite make the cut in Brawl. And Villager was one he discussed where there's a lot of conversation about how he didn't think he could make a fighting moveset work for something as innocuous as Villager. Um, when the trailer came out for Smash 4, one, we were all excited just to see Smash Brothers for one.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then, two, it was really cool seeing Villager kind of go to the mailbox. This is where the idea of the Smash letter got super
Yep.
popular.
Yep.
So, Villager
With the
got the letter with the Smash logo
yep
out of his
waxed in.
mailbox.
Yep, waxed in. Of
Oh,
course.
yeah. And honestly, this is more than just the Villager reveal trailer. This is also the Smash 4 reveal trailer. So, obviously, I was pretty stoked and excited. I honestly think Villager is a very cool character. I think Animal Crossing was a series that deserved representation. Byron, what did you think of the character in the reveal?
The reveal, obviously, as you said, it's Smash. It was the reveal of Smash 4. So it was like, alright, cool. It's a new Smash game. The character Villager. If there was going to be an Animal Crossing rep, Villager probably is like the best representation of Animal Crossing because it is the representation of you. I'd probably put it purely because it was also the reveal for Smash 4. I'll put it in B tier.
Yeah, honestly, I'm inclined to agree there. I think ultimately I'm not the largest fan of Animal Crossing. I think it's a very neat series and like super important to Nintendo. I mean, for God's sake, I think New Horizons is the second best-selling game on Switch. But
Yeah, it was in the cultural zeitgeist during 2020. Like,
yeah. So overall, I agree with Byron. I think it's definitely B tier for me, simply because it was also the reveal of Smash 4.
yeah.
And yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So the next one was the first bombshell reveal of Smash
Yeah.
4.
Fucking
So,
Mega Man.
yeah, Mega Man. So this came at the end of the Smash E3 presentation.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, from the new challenger approaching alarm, and then
Yeah.
all the characters looking up to this boy standing in the moonlight, and then the helmet comes on, you're like, oh my god,
God, it's
Mega
Mega
Man! Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was incredibly hype and exciting. Context
Yes,
for
it
this,
was.
obviously, Mega Man was a very iconic franchise on the the original Nintendo Entertainment System as well as the Super Nintendo.
Yep.
And honestly, it seemed like after the advent of the PS2 GameCube era kind of lost his way a bit.
Until WiiWare.
Exactly. So seeing Mega Man, and this is after like the flop of like Mighty Number 9 and like two Mega Man games just got canceled, and it kind of felt like the Mega Man series was, in a pretty dire straits at the time. We weren't
Yeah.
really sure what the future had in hold or had in store for Mega Man. So seeing the classic version of Mega Man in all of his glory, just absolutely in stunning fashion, showing up in Smash Brothers, it was honestly truly incredible to witness. Byron, what do you think?
Yep. Yeah, like I haven't played a single Mega Man game. That might change in the future. Uh, I am because of just like, and even I knew like Mega Man was like a retro gaming like mainstay. You could say if that's the right word to describe it. I'll give it an S. I'll give it S tier.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'll give. It was like a shocking because like Capcom didn't really give a shit about Mega Man. They still kind of don't, but they do more so now than like when Smash Wii U was a thing. And it was, I would say, it was kind of a shocking choice to have for Mega Man to be here. But yeah, S tier.
Yeah, it also solidified Capcom support for the series moving forward, which ended up being a
Yeah,
big deal.
and we'll get into that later.
So I'm gonna put this at the top of A tier. I don't think it's quite as iconic as like Snake getting into like Smash and opening the floodgates for third parties. But I think in terms of being the first huge reveal for Smash 4, definitely holds a lot of weight. And ultimately, I really like Mega Man overall. I played most of the original games on NES, and I also played the Battle Network games I was a huge fan of. I actually would rather have had X or EXE over, the original Mega Man, but
Yeah. But if you had to pick one, you're gonna pick Mega Man.
Yes,
Rock
absolutely. So, super awesome. I'm glad you made the roster, and that trailer was also pretty lit too.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
All right, now our first joke character for Smash 4, and crazy final reveal. I think this was at the very end of not just the Smash E3 presentation, but I think of Nintendo's entire E3 stay overall, and that was Wii Fit Trainer.
Yep, weighing in.
So, context of this was obviously the Wii was the best-selling console of all time.
Yep.
At the time. At least I think... No, not compared to the PS2. Either way, sold like 100 million units. Literally everyone had one. Yeah. Wii Sports and Wii Fit, there's like bajillions of copies sold. Everybody knew what this was. It was kind of interesting to see, because like, oh, are they putting a Wii game on the Wii U, or like a Wii style like sports game or whatever, and then it suddenly panned out to have Mario, Link, and like Kirby stretching, and I'm like, oh, this is doing Smash.
Fitness. Yeah, doing fitness.
So the shock factor was pretty real there.
Yeah.
So Byron, where do you think we're ranking this?
We're you know what, for the hilarity factor, for the purely, this ranking is probably going to be my most meme ranking right here. Purely for the meme factor of the trailer, A.
You know what? I'm gonna
purely on the meme factor and the hilarity of the situation that Mario, Link, and Kirby were stretching. I'm giving it A tier.
You know what? I'm actually going to bump Mega Man up to S tier, because I've kind of been thinking a little bit more about how I'm rating these. And I'm going to put Wii Fit Trainer in A tier as well. I think the shock factor was like incredibly real. It's not the most exciting character for me overall.
No.
And I don't even think the trailer was like super duper neat. But like, it's definitely completely and totally out of left field enough to where it's like, yeah, that was definitely memorable. So, I'm going to put that in A, and I think S and S plus we're going to be where I'm going to put characters that like either really good trailers or were super iconic, and like they're just that level above. Where A tier is going to be like, yeah, these are really good trailers.
Yeah.
Okay, so next character, and this was, I think, the first Smash reveal outside of the E3 presentation, and I think... at this point, and Byron doesn't follow the leak, I think this is after the Gematsu leak had happened, where basically the entire base roster of Smash 4 got leaked, which was really unfortunate for anybody who was following. Thankfully, I was not aware until after the game came out. But for a lot of context, the characters that all come like after this point were all leaked for the majority of the fan base, so I guess, you know, kind of the hype simmered down a bit. But fortunately for me and Byron, we were blind at this point.
Yeah, well, for base roster, anyways. I don't think the DLC was leaked.
No, none of the DLC was leaked. It was just the base roster. And I think there was 2 characters that were leaked for base roster that never made it. But we won't cover that here. As I said, we're not a leaks channel. We're a news channel.
Nah, you can go follow like Papagenos or some shit like that.
Yeah, I love Papagenos, by the way. Great guy. Follow his channel. Okay, so Rosalina and Luma was our next character. And this started off with kind of Kirby just flying amongst the stars and whatnot with this warp star.
And Kirby Air Ride 2. Yeah, everybody thought Kirby Air Ride 2. You give us that, Nintendo, you cowards.
Yeah, I don't think my mind went to Kirby Air Ride 2. I was just thinking, like, okay, this is probably Smash. And then when he came crashing into the Star Road, I'm like, Kirby for Mario Kart?
Yeah, actually, that was another thing I was going to mention, because I think Mario Kart DLC was going to be announced soon-ish.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. But, no, I knew it was, like, 100% for Smash.
Yeah.
So, like... Even though I was like Kirby for Mario Kart, it was kind of like in jest. Yeah. And it was kind of funny seeing like Donkey Kong like poke at Kirby a little bit, like, what is this thing? Before they all just see the warp panel star thing.
Yep, warp star, yeah.
And then everyone just sees Rosalina and Luma appear.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, this trailer was really good. I thought it was super cool that they opened up with Kirby and the Rainbow Road Mario Kart. It's kind of like the crossover that I actually want, but hasn't happened.
Yeah, the crossover we still want to this day.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, the trailer itself was pretty interesting in terms of gameplay. It introduced us to the idea of a puppet character in the platform fighter genre.
Yeah.
Which we all thought would have been really neat, but in retrospect in Smash 4, nah, that shit was broken. Holy. I have nightmares about Luma. I actually lost some bad sets to killing a Rosa, but then the Luma kills me while Rosa is dying. Anyways, back to the character context. Rosalina and Luma, what do you think, Byron?
It was a fine trailer. Rosalina was starting to become in the Mario series a character that is basically in everything. To kind of like what Pauline is becoming now. The female Mario character that is going to start becoming more relevant to the series. I'm gonna rank the trailer B tier. It was a fine trailer for a fine character.
Oh yeah, I'm also gonna put it in B as well. I completely agree 100% with your assessment. I think the trailer kind of carried it a little bit more because, like you said, Rosalina was appearing in basically everything at that point.
Yeah,
I get it. Super Mario Galaxy was a great game, and so was its sequel.
Yep. And no, she wasn't in 3. Oh, 3D World, I think, was out at this point.
I'm not entirely sure.
I think, if not, it was really close to coming out at this point, and she was going to be in that as well as an unlockable character.
Oh yeah. All right. So the next character, and arguably, in terms of just the pure trailer alone, probably my favorite trailer. Little Mac punches in.
Yep, the art style. The art style for this trailer. Gorgeous.
Oh yeah, with Little Mac getting coached up by Doc, he was working out and whatnot. All the animated fucking style it was in Chef's Kiss.
Yep.
Honestly, really excited character because this was one of the assist trophies in Brawl being made into a playable character. And if I'm not mistaken, this was, well, I guess Rosalind and Luma got introduced. The first character with a comeback, well, no, I guess Wario has Waft. I guess that's not true either. But long story short, Punch-Out was a pretty iconic Nintendo game on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And then had a very successful reboot on the Nintendo Wii.
Yep. So, I'm going to put the trailer in A tier above Wii Fit Trainer. Really like the character, really like the trailer art style. It was shocking because you wouldn't expect A, Little Mac to be playable, and B, for Nintendo to have upgraded an assist trophy, something I think they would only do one other time.
Oh yeah, I do think this is the only assist trophy upgrade, isn't it?
No, there is one other. In Smash Wii U, it's the only one. There's one other.
I mean, there's one other one in Ultimate. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
But yeah. Yeah, so I'll put it in A.
I'm with you. I think to me, this is like, I'm gonna put it above the Wii Fit Trainer trailer as well. I think A is about the right spot for it. I think ultimately, even though I didn't really care much for Little Mac, I think hands down he had to that point the best trailer so far.
Yeah,
and as I said, Smash 4 seemed to be at this point firing on all cylinders with like their newcomers and Nintendo reveals, and definitely left me excited for more. All right. Yeah. So, I don't think the next characters on our list really need a whole lot of context.
Nah.
It's Pokemon. Everyone knows what Pokemon are. I will say, couple of things that was interesting is, obviously this is where the trio of Pokemon Trainer was broken up. And they started off with Charizard. And Charizard squaring up on Mario and flying around all that made him look super cool. I remember when Brawl came out and I was playing Brawl, I was always disappointed with how terrible Pokemon Trainer felt.
Yeah.
because the Pokemon could get tired, and then there was like type advantage. So like Squirtle always felt like really weak, and he couldn't really do a whole lot. Ivysaur was leaked to like 90% of the game's characters because they all use fire. And then Charizard was just slow and bad, like overall. Yeah. So seeing him as a standalone character was really hype for me. For those of that know, I'm unfortunately a Charizard stan. He was my very first Pokemon. I love Charizard. So obviously seeing him here as a standalone character got me very, very excited. Yeah. And then if that wasn't enough, then Greninja popped up to be a sort of peacemaker between Mario and Charizard at the very end. Dropping that water shuriken to break up the fight. Getting a nice little neat gameplay trailer. And that was it. So, Byron, what did you think of Charizard and Greninja?
Charizard, not shocking to see even to this day. The Pokemon series is just doing it to Charizard. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. You can't go anywhere without Charizard love. Just everywhere.
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
It's all over the place. I love Charizard, but sometimes too much love is too much.
Yeah. The trailer was good. Par for the course. I'll put the characters, since I'm not much of a Pokemon person, I will put it a little bit below Rosalina and Luma, but not by much. To me, anyways.
Yeah, if I wasn't...
Still a good trailer.
This is where I told you that third category of personal character bias kind of comes in.
Yep.
I said, I love Charizard. It's my favorite Pokemon. But that's not to say I'm a Gen 1. I've played every generation of Pokemon. In fact, I have a problem. Help me, please. But
help him.
I guess there was a little bit of context I should have included. This was before X and Y came out. So Greninja hadn't even been playable, I think, in the Pokemon games at this point.
Yeah, I
when he was revealed. I forgot about that too. So I think they made the correct read on which of the starters would be the most popular. It was indeed Greninja. And
my memory of the XY starters, because you with any Pokemon game, you at least probably remember like the starters and like maybe a few other Pokemon. If I remembered the starters from X and Y, Greninja like was the right choice.
Oh yeah. So overall, I felt like Pokemon fans were definitely eating after that trailer. So I'm going to put it at the bottom of A. Like I said, there's the character bias for me. You'll have to forgive me. But anyways, let's move on to the next trailer. And this was the best DLC trailer.
I actually really remember this one because it was fucking Smash Bros. The anime. Please, Nintendo.
Make a Smash Bros. Anime. Especially with all the characters we have now. Like, holy shit.
God. This trailer, the character, it was shocking, because, there was Kid Icarus Uprising. Wait, was Uprising out by this time?
Yes, that was a DS title. This was not long before Smash 4. It's a game Sakurai made before he started on Smash 4.
Yeah, so I guess in a way there was relevance, but, I'm going to say this, the trailer art style pushes Palutena's reveal, and technically Dark Pit too, right? Dark Pit was revealed at the same time. Yeah. S tier purely for the trailer itself.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where I have to agree with Byron. I honestly didn't care about Kid Icarus at all, even though Kid Icarus Uprising is my favorite Star Fox game.
Yeah.
I do think the game's very good. Obviously, I didn't really care about Palutena or Dark Pit, but again, seeing Pit square up and fight Link in that animated style was just amazing. As I said, I think up until this point, it was the best trailer for Smash 4 for an individual character.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to agree with Byron. I'm also putting this at the bottom of S tier. Surprisingly agreeing a lot with you today, Byron.
Yeah. I'm half tempted to even put the art style over just the Shaka Mega Man, but I might do that later. From the incredible to, from what I remember, the disappointing, because Pac-Man, who is the next character, I believe wasn't first revealed to the public. It was revealed behind closed doors.
Which in turn got leaked out to the public. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty unfortunate how that worked out. And that definitely brings, like, the trailer itself down to, like, a whimper. Also, the red-blue part of the trailer where it showed Mario and then Sonic and Mega Man, I instantly knew, okay, this is going to be a third-party character, because the only time they ever, like, group the third parties up like this is when they're trying to show something off.
Yeah.
And this was the next bombshell reveal, even though it was spoiled. Well, technically everything was spoiled by the Gamatsu leak, but we won't get into that. Anyways, Pac-Man hungers for battle. So, there's a lot of speculation about Pac-Man, about what is he going to look like? Would he have, like, his new cartoony design that everyone hates? Would he kind of have his design from the 3D games that were following off of the 64 and PlayStation 1 era?
Yep. Sakurai wanted Pac-Man as people knew Pac-Man, not this new garbage Pac-Man. And thank you, Sakurai. Thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely a case where Sakurai was like, no, I know what the fans want. Y'all can't. I know you're trying to force feed, them this garbage you're trying to push out, Bandai, but nah, either I get the Pac-Man people know and love, or you don't get Pac-Man in it at all.
Yeah.
As I said, to me, this trailer is pretty mid. I don't think the trailer was like super good or anything. I think really it's hard carried by the fact that it's Pac-Man.
And Bandai Namco were helping develop this game and Ultimate.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put this above Villager and Rosalind and Luma, but I'm not going to put it any higher than that, like the Brawl reveal or anything like that.
This is purely on the preference of the character. I'm going to put it above Villager, which technically is also the reveal of Smash 4. But like, a new Smash game comes with every Nintendo console. Like at that point, but yeah, I like incredibly disappointing how Pac-Man was revealed behind closed doors first. I think that's really what like lowers the grade for me for Pac-Man, and I think Slade as well.
Oh yeah. All right, so this next trailer was super awesome. I think this was one of the directs. So this was the introduction of Mii Fighters, a customizable Mii characters in Smash. Yes, and we always kind of wondered, what would the concept of a customizable character be like in a platform fighter? But I think ultimately those tend to usually be kind of like, annoying or like low effort for the most part in most fighting games. Not saying it's like that in every fighting game. But the way they presented this to people with Reggie and Iwata squaring up on each other and just having this crazy-ass battle that was basically DBZ, but also wacky like smashes.
Yes.
Definitely was amazing. I don't think it was quite as amazing as the Palutena trailer, but this was definitely one of the highlights for Smash 4. Byron, what do you think?
Yeah, it was like, R.I.P. Iwata. But yeah, this was an incredible. It's going to be another character like Palutena that's carried by the reveal. I'm going to put it in A tier between. I'm going to put it in A tier between Little Mac and Wii Fit Trainer on my tier list.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm putting it at the top of A tier. It's really close to being S for me. But ultimately, in the end, it's just Mii Fighters and customizable characters. Like, as cool as that trailer was, like, we all knew this was all going to be content that we were going to ignore for the most part anyway. It turns out it wasn't even competitively legal until custom moves were, like, banned. And even then, they weren't legal everywhere. So...
Yeah, and that's a whole shit show. Like Slade and some of his competitive Smash friends can do a podcast on someday or something.
Overall, still really one of the best trailers.
But yeah, great trailer.
All right, so the next hard hitting like action trailer that was super cool that I absolutely adored. I think it was the first of many Smash trailers to use the game. It came from its original art style. in the trailer itself. So I'm talking about the first two Fire Emblem newcomers for Smash 4, and unfortunately the first two of many. We're talking about Lucina and Robin.
Yes. The only thing I remember from this trailer is, well, first off, Captain Falcon confirmed back again. Whatever, it's Captain Falcon. Smash is his only game at this point, so like he was gonna be in. But Crumb, poor fucking Crumb. I'll have my battle another day, or something close to that.
Yeah, they kind of dabbed on him like pretty hard there with like
Yeah.
Lucina and Robin getting in. Then it's like, I suppose I'll get my chance another day. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I'm not a Fire Emblem guy. For me, this is a C-tier trailer carried by Nintendo dabbing on Crumb. IMO.
Okay, so this was before the Fire Emblem hit, for one. And secondly, this trailer actually has a lot of personal significance to me. Because this trailer introduced me to Fire Emblem as a whole. Like, obviously, I had played, you know, Melee, and I had also played Brawl. So I was familiar with Ike and Marth. But these two characters in Fire Emblem Awakening was the first time I had actually garnered interest in Fire Emblem. And for people that watch the channel that have been watching a long time, or for people that know me, I'm a ginormous Fire Emblem fan now. It's probably one of my top 3 like favorite series to play. Mm-hmm. And it's because of this trailer right here. So I already love it because of that. At the time, it was pretty exciting because if you did follow the leaking scene, we had no idea, you know, Captain Falcon was going to make a return. And I was like, did they really give the Falcon, the captain, the axe? Like, did they cut him? There's no way they'd cut him. So seeing him here kind of like squaring up on Lucina after he kicked Chrom into the dirt was really cool. And I love that it was in the Awakening art style. In terms of like the graphic, just like how, you know, the cutscenes play on the 3DS. So, oops, I accidentally moved my screen there. Oh, no, I've ruined everything, guys. Technical difficulties.
No, Slade, I got you. I got you, man. I got you in the order. I got you.
Okay, so, as I said, Lucina was incredibly exciting to me. And then you had Robin on top of that. And like, oh my gosh, is this the first mage-based character in Smash Brothers? Because, you know, Ganondorf could have been that, but they made him a Falcon clone. For some god knows whatever reason.
Well, to save on development. That's it.
So, to me, this is definitely a S tier for me. And this is just me personally. As I said, I told you guys there's going to be some, you know, specific biases of mine.
Yeah.
Before we started.
Alrighty. Shulk is the next trailer. Now, I don't know how much you remember this trailer. I remember, out of all the Smash 4 reveals, I literally remember fucking nothing about Shulk's trailer.
Okay, well, I got you, because
Shulk is revealed.
So, basically, this was incredibly exciting for a couple things. Number one, Xenoblade Chronicles was the definitive RPG on the Wii. And I think a lot of people were super excited to see Shulk overall in Smash because of that. Because it felt like for Nintendo with the GameCube moving on to the Wii, RPGs were like, didn't really have much of a place on Nintendo platforms anymore. And when Xenoblade Chronicles came out, that game was amazing. Like, I just want to stress, it was one of like the coolest games out there. So like the fact that Shulk got into Smash was cool. And then it also started the I'm really feeling it meme that kind of popped up everywhere. And I remember the biggest meme when Shulk came out was with the Gamatu leak that was posted around on the internet. Everybody was saying, oh, look, it's just a fucking photoshopped Little Mac. Because the character select screen got leaked beforehand for the 3DS. And Shulk was on there, but there's a lot of similarities between Shulk and Little Mac's models in the character select screen. So it's like, it's just a Photoshop Little Mac. This shit's fake. This is what confirmed that leak was like actually real. So, a little bit of context there.
Yeah.
Overall, I think this was more just the character for me. The trailer itself was pretty mid.
Yeah. C tier, even below Lucian and Robin. I can't put it in D tier because there's a few other. There's like characters in quotes that deserve that honor, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm honestly starting to wonder if my B tiers could be crowded, and maybe I just shouldn't have a D tier at all. So I'm going to put this in the bottom of B tier, because I don't think the trailer is quite as good as Rosalind and Luma's. This is more, well, this is good that Xenoblade Chronicles is getting representation.
Yeah.
And that was just about that. So,
Bowser Jr. clowning on the competition.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me tell you about this trailer, because I think this is the trailer they spent the most money on, like, overall. In terms of, like, the CGI and, like, the action, all the stuff on there. You have basically all the Smash characters showing up, and they're, like, losing this battle. You're like, who the hell is, like, murdering everybody? Then you see that it's Bowser Jr., the really cool trailer in the cart. And then after, a little bit of the playable character, like, action, then you see all of the other Koopa Links start squaring up one by one. Yep. And then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. Though this was during that period of time where people were fucking sick and tired of the Koopa Links.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it was just such a cool concept.
Yeah,
to have other characters as your other alts for your colors.
And a few other characters would take that mantle up later on. I will say I did enjoy the Bowser Jr. trailer. I'll put it in B tier.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna put this in A purely because of the trailer itself.
Yeah, the
trailer was just really good. I said it just had a lot of like production value. You see like the Smash characters losing, like who could it be? Bowser Jr. also coming in the cart instead of being like a little Bowser running around, kind of like a Toon Link or a Young Link kind of situation. I think this was definitely way better and way cooler.
Yeah.
So A tier.
I put it above. Actually, put it above Villager. Duck Hunt.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this trailer was amazing. In my opinion, first and foremost, where you have all the retro sprites of like the characters walking up to the Duck Hunt dog with the duck, and they also have like the guy with the gun pointing at the screen.
Yep.
And this trailer was super awesome. Then it turned into like a modern version of like Duck Hunt, like pulled out. And let me tell you, this trailer was super awesome. I think for me, it's A tier alone, and then up there with Little Mac just because of the trailer alone.
I'll put it in A tier, bottom of A tier, but yeah, that trailer was pretty good. That trailer was pretty good.
Yeah, for Duck Hunt himself, obviously, for me, very iconic character because you're talking about like the trio of characters appearing in the same cartridge as the original Super Mario Bros. For the NES. And just that association alone just speaks absolute volumes for like its icon status. Game was incredibly fun. I liked pointing the gun at the screen, shooting birds. The novelty kind of wore off quickly, but...
Okay, so this character, there's one reason I remember Mewtwo is back, of course. The only thing I remember is the way you could get him early. So you could get him early, I think, if you had a code from both Smash Wii U and Smash 3DS. You could get him like a week early or something.
Yeah, and you didn't have to pay for him if you had both versions. He was also free at that point, though you bought two versions of the game. Is that really free?
Yeah, and I don't think he had much of a... trailer, maybe he did, but
no, it was a polygonal model and his
Yeah.
trailer didn't come out until later the year when he was released. So obviously, this was outside of Charizard separating from Pokemon Trainer, becoming his own character. This
Yep.
was the first returning character that everybody really wanted to come back.
Yeah.
So obviously, pretty exciting in that context. You're also talking about the original legendary Pokemon. Just raw power, one of the strongest Pokemon of all time. Everyone loves Mewtwo.
Yeah.
For me, ultimately, because he was with that, Smash 100 Fact Extravaganza video, that's just kind of a polygon. Even though it's Mewtwo, to me, this is probably like middle of B tier. I'm actually going to put him below Rosalina Luma, but before Shulk. And that's purely because it's Mewtwo, because really, there wasn't much of a trailer. It was just, we are developing DLC for the game, which I guess is exciting in itself.
Yeah. Because that was the
But-
first Smash game to have DLC. But
Yeah, but ultimately, I just kind of feel like there just really wasn't enough there overall.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been my first C tier trailer had it not been Mewtwo. What do you think, Byron?
Bottom C. Bottom of C. Bottom of my C tier. Even below Shulk. Because it was just like, I barely remember. The fact that there was a trailer, but I couldn't even remember it. Even when I remember, like, some of these other characters' trailers that I thought were, like, maybe not as great as, like, some of the best ones. Like, the fact I don't even remember Mewtwo's trailer. That's like a bottom tier trailer. IMO.
Well, that to me, I just kind of look at it like his trailer was the whole 100 Fact Smash Extravaganza before the Wii U version of the game came out. So that's how I'm choosing to look at it. And as I said, Mewtwo returning was a really big deal. Mm-hmm. All right, so Mewtwo would start a trend of returning characters.
Yeah, for the next two characters.
So the next character dropped, I think, it was either April or May. This was like a month or two before E3 that year.
Yep.
And honestly, the trailer isn't really a whole lot. You have Ness getting like beat up, and then Lucas just jumps in, shouts PK Fire, and then boom, Lucas comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
D tier.
That's
That's
we spent fire. It's like this is not high. This is actually terrible.
like I'm not saying it's terrible. Like even like this D tier is just like meh.
Yeah,
Because like no Smash trailer is bad. There's just like at least there's an actual trailer. Some of these other characters, as you could probably already tell from just looking at this list, are gonna be worse. But like this is like the most like cool. Lucas is back. That's nice. Nintendo remembers Earthbound like every like 2.5 years or something.
Yeah, I think for me, because I haven't even used my C tier at all, I would feel weird putting Lucas immediately in D tier. But you know what? I'm with you. I think ultimately there just wasn't anything there. It was just a gameplay trailer. He shows up. He saves Ness. Whip-de-doo.
Yeah. It wasn't bad, but like,
I'm sure Mother fans were happy. So
yeah, absolutely they were, because like Nintendo's like, oh, they remember us, dozens of us.
I probably should put some of these B tiers in C. I think Mewtwo and Shulk are going to go in C. This is all I have. I think that would probably be best, because I still think Rosalina and Luma's trailers was like good enough to warrant being in B tier. But all right, let's go to the next character, and also my Smash 4 and Ultimate main. So our next Fire Emblem character of many, Roy, seals the deal.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, Roy was probably one of the top 3 most requested returning characters behind Mewtwo and Wolf, I think.
Yep. Yep.
So seeing him come back was really exciting. Outside of that, it was really kind of just kind of like showing off all the other Fire Emblem characters. Roy comes in and he starts fighting on him. He did kind of smack Roy Koopa out of the way at the start, and then he cooked Falco.
That was good. That was pretty good.
In terms of like the gameplay trailer, because I felt like Lucas's like gameplay reveal was like not at all like interesting or like entertaining outside of like maybe if you're a Mother fan. Whereas Roy, they acknowledged like memes and there was like some funny stuff in there. Unfortunately, to me, this is still a D tier trailer. I'm gonna put it above Lucas's trailer, but ultimately, like this was just Roy's returning character, a Fire Emblem character at that, and as I said, it wasn't like this crazy cinematic or anything.
Yeah, I'll put Roy above. I don't know. I'd probably put it at least above Shulk.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't remember much of Shulk's trailer. It was probably a fine enough trailer, but like, at least like Lucina Robin, you had like Nintendo basically dabbing
On Chrome.
dabbing on Crom. You had Roy acknowledged the Roy memes. So, yeah. But we have a new challenger.
Okay, so this was the next bombshell in the first bombshell of DLC.
Yes.
So, context for Roy and Ryu while we're at it, because we're talking about Ryu from Street Fighter. So, the day before, Nintendo did a patch on Smash Wii U, and then it got data mined, and there was models of Roy and Ryu in the game. Obviously, one of the most disappointing leaks of all time. So, ignoring that, the trailer seemed to be like extremely like minimal, low effort, except for the start with like the lightning, and then it shows him doing the Hadouken.
Yep.
And to the Shoryuken like afterwards. Like outside of that, I think this one's really just carried by the character itself. Outside of that, the trailer was kind of whelming.
Yep.
So, just because it's Ryu, purely because it's Ryu, this one goes in B tier, I think, behind Pac-Man, but above Villager and Rosaluma.
Yep. Yeah, and, I would put it probably... Yeah, I'd probably put it above Rosalina on my tier list, below Villager. It was the first of a couple of actual FGC consider fighting game characters.
Oh yeah, and not the only one to feature just like a kind of gameplay trailer with a tiny cinematic. Because the next character, this one, if we considered every other character that's third party on this list bombshells, this is full blown nuclear.
All right, I vaguely remember. I'm just gonna do mine right now. S plus. Shocker. Shocker. This was actual, like, my jaw was on the goddamn floor. Like, they actually did it. Cloud, a fucking mainly PlayStation character, in Smash. Like, what?
Yeah, so, obviously, the end of the presentation, because this was during a, I think either October or November Nintendo Direct. I think it was October. And beforehand, they showed off this, Final Fantasy crossover game that was kind of like, felt like shovelware for the most part. They showed a lot of third party, they showed a lot of the Final Fantasy characters across the series as playable, and then Cloud appeared towards like the end. And I'm just like, whoa, I think that's the first time like Cloud's ever appeared on a Nintendo console. I was actually wrong. He was in Chain of Memories on the GBA. But regardless, this was pretty crazy at the time. So
yes, it was.
Then the trailer ends, and then they said they had one more announcement, and they kind of like teased that it was Smash Brothers. When the opening sequence of notes played for the bomb mission, like right off the bat, where it started playing like the notes for it, I was flipping out. I was like, "There's no way! There's no way!" And then like they show like the Lego Clouds model. I was like, "Oh my god! It's real!" Yeah. So the trailer itself, because I think even though like the gameplay trailer itself, that's all it was. The build up with the notes from Bomb Mission was just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the build up and just like it's fucking Cloud
Then you
from
see,
Final Fantasy.
just to make sure that this was a Smash trailer, like, okay, well, I think it's a Smash trailer from what, Iwata said beforehand, like a new challenger approach or something. But then you see Smash Brothers for Wii U X, and then you just see Final Fantasy VII drop on the screen with the da
Yeah.
da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then Cloud walks out. Like, oh my gosh, I will never forget that trailer and how I felt about it, because it was just. I think that was the first Smash character. I think I legitimately lost my shit. I don't think I've actually, like, because all these characters are excited, like, oh wow, it's really cool, and yeah, I got pretty excited, like, oh cool, it's Mega Man, but like, Cloud broke me. I was like,
Cloud
oh my god. So,
and I think for a lot of people, Cloud was the first, like, are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit, character.
Oh yeah, and as I said, this was, Final Fantasy VII was the game that got away for Nintendo. Like, that was a game that was originally being designed for the Nintendo 64, and then ended up flying ship to PlayStation because Nintendo wouldn't, like, move on to disc and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that started kind of like a bitter relationship between, both companies. I have a lot of history there as a Geno fan, but regardless, this was, like, the hugest moment in Smash. Even more so than Snake. Because if Nintendo could work out a deal and get Cloud in Smash, who can't they get? Like, it was just honestly
there was one
incredible.
character we thought until quite literally days ago.
Oh yeah.
But we'll get to that character in a moment. But where do you put Cloud?
Here's the thing.
Where you put Cloud?
Here's the thing, because I had 3 things of criteria. It was the context of the character, how much I liked the character, as well as the trailer itself. Because the trailer itself wasn't like incredible or anything like that outside the build-up. Yeah. But because of the character, because I also love Final Fantasy VII, and I'm also a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts as well. Mm-hmm. I love Cloud.
Yep.
And then the context was absolutely massive. It can't go anywhere but S+, in my opinion. Yep. I know a lot of people will put it below there because, like, oh, well, the trailer wasn't, like, super fucking cool or whatever. It didn't have to be. It's Cloud fucking Strife.
It's Cloud.
Yeah, so this was definitely, at this point, I was thinking at the time, Smash can't possibly surpass this. This was just at the time.
Yeah, well, we would have an entire other game to fucking go. All right, we have another Fire Emblem character.
Yeah, so this is where people started to be like, okay, I'm sick of all the fucking Fire Emblem in Smash.
These goddamn anime swords people.
Because, Robin was a cool enough concept. Yeah, Lucina was a clone character, whatever. And Roy is a returning character that everybody wanted, so, like, we're fine with Roy. Yeah, but the minute Corrin showed up, the floodgates opened, everyone's like, fuck Fire Emblem. Where's Dixie Kong? Where's Waluigi? Why don't other Nintendo franchises get repped? Why is it always Fire Emblem? And people are just mad. So at this point, I was a full-blown Fire Emblem fan. So I was just kind of sitting there awkwardly, like, I get why they're mad, but I'm also kind of excited at the same time.
Yeah.
But the trailer itself was you either looked at one of two ways if you were a Fire Emblem fan. You either thought it was kind of cool, or it's like, wow, they just blatantly ripped that scene and then freaking made fun of it. And for those that know, for me in the Fire Emblem series, because I actually went back and played all the older Fire Emblem games. I didn't just play Awakening Fates and onwards. I've actually gone back and played all of the older ones. I'm a super fan of the series. I hate Fates. Fates is trash. It is so garbage. And I honestly, if, like, I wasn't convinced to go back and play older Fire Emblem by a friend, I would have dropped the series. and said Awakening's really good, but I think the rest of the series is trash. But really, it's just Fates. And Goran, to me, is probably the worst main character in the entire series. But for the Smash reveal itself, I think it was a pretty neat trailer. Even though it's another Fire Emblem character and I hate Goran, I'm going to put him at the bottom of D tier. Simply because, even though the trailer was not bad, in the end, you're taking an unlovable character. Like, the thing about Goran is not even Fire Emblem fans like Goran. Like, everyone hates him. So, like, no business being in Smash, in my opinion.
Okay, I feel like maybe a tiny bit awkward. I'm gonna put Corrin at least above Mewtwo. Because at least Corrin had a trailer, I guess.
It was just blatantly... It was the ripped cutscene from where Corrin had to choose a side from the game, though. Like, yeah, it's such a low-effort trailer.
Yeah,
for a bad character. Spoilers, right. This is going to be one of the lowest ones on my list.
Alright, I'll put it below Mewtwo then. Okay, so, this character, interesting history, Bayonetta. Apparently a top vote in Europe, which, for the ballot, which makes, I would, kind of makes sense.
I still believe that's a lie, too.
But we're not going to get into the ballot stuff, but just, it's Bayonetta.
Yeah, so, you know, everyone knows about the Smash ballot, and we're super excited. Yeah, campaigns break out across Twitter for all different kinds of characters, like K. Rool, Sora, Waluigi, basically everywhere.
Yeah, Crash Banjo,
exactly.
Blah, so, blah, 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 every character under the sun, including fucking Goku.
Yeah.
But we're not.
So one character you didn't really see around a whole lot was Bayonetta. And this is why a lot of people were really suspicious of the announcement of winning the ballot overall. Mm-hmm. And then they had that connotation among realizable characters, and then it's like, okay, that makes sense. The thing about Bayonetta at the time was Platinum Games had started developing, or had already developed and made and released Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U exclusively.
Yes, because Sony and Microsoft, I guess, didn't want to help out Platinum.
Yeah, so, and Nintendo was the only company willing to pitch in. So Bayonetta actually is a very good choice for the roster at that point, considering at the time she looked like she's going to be a Nintendo exclusive character. She was one of the hack and slash greats. So why not have Bayonetta? Absolutely. Great character. Her slaying Dark Pit, you know, the angels or whatever, is pretty fitting. But ultimately, the trailer kind of felt whelming. And with them announcing her as #1 in Europe and as the ballot winner and whatnot, you just got the sense of the ballot was fake. We didn't get anything anybody wanted out of the ballot. Except maybe Cloud. But, like, even then, like, you just got the sense that, like, it just wasn't the actual winner. You know what I mean? And this is going to be purely based off the reactions to, like, the trailer itself as well as, like, the character. We're not going to talk about how Bayonetta absolutely destroyed any semblance or hope for a competitive balanced Smash 4.
Yeah, again, that's another podcast. Like, Slade and some of the competitive folks he knows could do an entire episode on.
Yeah, to be fair, Cloud did too, but at least Cloud had some form of counterplay. Bayonetta literally didn't have any. So, because of that, we're not going to talk about that at all. We're just talking about Bayonetta, a Nintendo exclusive series made by Platinum Games, the super exciting third-party character that we didn't think would have really happened, especially because I think she's also the first M-rated character in Smash 4, because, you know, Snake got the axe. So,
well, Snake technically, I guess, was the first, but, like, M-rated character, but yeah.
Yeah, Snake got the axe. So, I'm gonna put Bayonetta in the bottom of A tier. I think, again, the character is very exciting. It was a super great choice, and I've played the Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2. They're amazing games. I would actually recommend them to anybody who loves hack and slashes. Overall,
I'm pretty sure 1 and 2 are on Switch, aren't they? Yes,
they're both on Switch. I think if you get the special edition of Bayonetta 2, you get 1 for free as a digital code. As I said, fantastic games. Fantastic games. I would sincerely recommend them to anybody who play them.
Mhm.
But
Where am
that
I?
is the extent of how I feel about it. I don't think she's exciting as a lot of the other characters. Ultimately, obviously, she's no Cloud.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what do you think, Byron?
I'm half tempted to put it either between the Lucina Robin Roy trailer or put it after. I'm probably gonna put it after. It was still a fine trailer. And it's just like, all right.
Wow, that's kind of harsh.
I think the trailer was fine, I guess.
Probably didn't care much about the character either, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the part where we can kind of speedrun this. Because
Okay.
we both were there for the hype. Hell, we even covered... I think we pretty much covered every DLC character in some way. I think we covered every
Yeah,
DLC.
because I think the Game Awards with
was
Joker's reveal. No.
was our
Yes, was it? Did we cover 2 Game Awards already? Oh my gosh, I'm getting old.
I know we covered some. If it wasn't the one we covered, it was the one before we covered. But
No,
we covered
I think we covered this one because this was where God of War won the Game Award to Joker got into Smash, right?
No, the one we covered was you getting salty at fucking Last of Us.
No, I thought that was the second one we covered. That was last year's.
Yeah, but we covered a lot of these characters.
Yes. Yes.
Let's start off with the reveal of Ultimate / Inkling. This was a good trailer, especially the cinematography of the flames, and then in the Inkling eye, as you see in the tier image, it's the logo. The Smash logo. I'm putting this in A tier.
Yeah, so at the time, because we weren't even sure we were going to get into this Smash game, because Smash Bros. For Wii U, at the time, finished its last DLC fighter like 2 years before that. So we're sitting there we're at least another 3 or 4 years away from another Smash game. And this was coming off the reveal of, gameplay for Splatoon 2 and whatnot. Yep. And when this trailer started playing, I was like, oh, it's going to be a Splatoon 1 port, or maybe some Splatoon 1 content in Splatoon 2. And then the screen went dark. What in the diddly fuck is going on here? Inkling turns, and then you just see the fiery Smash look in her eye. And I'm just like, holy shit! It's Smash!
Can I tell you something funny?
Yeah.
When I saw the Splatoon 1 coming through, I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a 1v1 mode now in Splatoon 2. That's actually what I thought. That was my legitimate thought at that time. But nah, it's fucking Smash Brothers, baby.
Yeah, because I was thinking it was something for Splatoon as well. Before that Smash, the room went dark and this Smash fiery logo drive. I was like, oh my god. I think this is actually S tier. I think this is the bottom of S tier for me. But the fact that we got another Smash game so soon after Smash 4, and there's a lot of talk and speculation that it was a port leading up to E3. We'll cover that in the next one we talk about. But, it was really exciting, and not to mention Inkling was also a very popular character during the ballot. Splatoon came out on Wii U. It was Nintendo's first brand new successful IP in decades, I want to say.
Or at the very least, years.
Yeah, it had been a while since Nintendo developed a new recurring IP. And it was super successful.
Yeah, and especially the fact it was successful on the Wii U.
Of all things. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Wii U. I will say there probably was a reason for the quick turnaround between Smash games, because the fucking Wii U happened.
Oh, yeah.
I love the console to death, especially as a multiplayer machine, but goddamn, only dozens of us had it.
All right. So, Byron, where are you placing this? You already placed it in A, didn't you?
Yep, I did. Okay, this one. So, this was what, E3?
Okay.
I believe, yeah, E3. We get, more gameplay of Smash. We get fucking Snake, and everyone is here. That's right, everyone. All of you. Even fucking Pichu is back. every old school character that was in a Smash game prior is back.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
Okay,
Even the
so
ice climbers were back.
leading into Smash Ultimate, because this trailer is just the best trailer in possibly the entire series, and I could go into detail why. Okay, so first and foremost, leading up until E3, there's constant fates like this is just gonna be a Smash 4 port with new characters. There's no way they can build another Smash game. And then people were like, no, this is going to be a new Smash game or whatever. Or at the very least, Smash 4 is going to be used as some sort of base. And they're like, basically, they was fighting like way back and forth. And then the thing is, what should have tipped us off that everyone was coming back was they said they were going to list the fighters by number that they appeared in the series. And I'm like, I should have clicked in my head, wait, why would they do that if they couldn't list all the characters from before? But I didn't think that at the time. So, the trailer starts playing out. You kind of see, like, Mario and all the Smash characters appearing one by one. Ice Climbers was the character that was notoriously cut from Smash 4 because, it just couldn't work on the 3DS. Yeah, one of the things I hate most about Smash 4 is how the 3DS kind of held the game back overall.
Yeah. But I will agree there, for sure.
But basically, you saw Ice Guy was like, oh boy, they're bringing back all the characters. And briefly afterwards, you see Pokemon trainer like Squirtle and Ivysaur. Kind of bittersweet because I preferred them to be standalone characters, but as long as they fixed the stamina problem, I was okay at that point. Plus, I had an IRL friend. But then the bombshell. And as I said, this man wasn't content with being the bombshell once. He had to do it a second time.
Nah, he's got to be it again.
Because then you saw like characters like Ryu and Cloud coming. I was like, oh my gosh, they got Cloud for a second Smash game.
Like, Jesus Christ.
And then right after Cloud fucking Omni slashes like the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
You just see Snake pop up in the lightning. They're like, no way, they got Snake back? And then everyone is here. And I'm like, everyone? And then Pichu pops up immediately after. It's like, holy fuck, he actually means everyone.
Everyone, yep. Every motherfucker. So that also set the precedent that every character from here on out that was revealed, new. Oh, yeah.
And that was the greatest moment in Smash history. Because to me, there was always, talks for every Smash game. Like, okay, is my main going to get cut? And if my main gets cut, if I'm playing competitively, who am I going to play now? And that was always a large concern between games. Like, you didn't know whether or not, like, a character you fell in love with, you played, you enjoyed the series, you're a big fan of, would not be there anymore. So...
yeah, so S+ tier.
Not just for the S+.
Shock just for the shock of it all. Yeah, when they say everybody, they fucking mean every single person.
Yeah, this is definitely, for right now, the top of my list. I think it's probably the most iconic moment in all of Smash Brothers. Simply because it just kind of like put the idea together that, wow, they have Cloud and Bayonetta and Pac-Man and Sonic and Mega Man and Snake. They have all these characters coming back again for round 2.
Yep, the cost of the licenses for a lot of those, like a Cloud, like...
oh boy, like, Cloud again. Yeah. I said Cloud, I was like, man, Cloud's 100% getting fucking cut. There's no way they get him a second time.
like Sonic, Pac-Man, probably Mega Man. You expected those, because those, like, Pac-Man Bandai was working on and blah, blah, blah. Sonic is Sonic. And if you know Sonic, you know Sonic is Sonic.
Oh, yeah. And that was just one thing that I thought was, like, well, everybody thought was just super incredible, is the fact that every character from that point on would be a newcomer. And we weren't even sure of, like, the quality of newcomers. So we're like, okay, Nintendo and Sakurai just dropped the greatest announcement in Smash history to start with. How are they going to follow up on that? So let's briefly talk about because this was in like the same presentation and trailer. Echo Fighters. So they show off Daisy going yo. She hits a couple of things, and then that was that.
All right, D tier.
Okay, yeah, it is D tier. But let me tell you why this is important. So the reason why this is important is it rebranded clone characters and simultaneously made everyone okay with clone characters. Because kind of weird, because people would bitch, oh, they're taking up a slot and this and that. And then as soon as they gave them a name and called them Echo Fighters, everybody's like, yeah, I'm down for this. I like Echo Fighters. So, like, that was definitely something that was super interesting when that happened.
Even though there were some weird classifications, like why couldn't like Olimar's alts be considered echoes? I don't remember if like the Koopalings were considered Echo Fighters.
No, probably. They weren't. So the way it worked was Echo Fighters were supposed to be different compared to the original counterpart, enough to warrant being a separate character, but not taking as much effort to create as another standalone character. Ultimately, this ended up being more false than true in the end. But at the start, it made a lot of sense. Because, like, okay, Dark Pit's an Echo. He has different specials than Pit does. Lucina's an Echo of Marv. She has a fully balanced blade instead of the tipper mechanic. Yeah. And, you know, we didn't know how different or similar Echoes would be to their original counterparts at the time. All we had were those two examples. We're like, okay, this is actually really cool. We like this concept. I said they dispelled pretty much anything negative people had to say about Echo Fighters themselves. Yeah. Or clones in general. Mm-hmm. And made people like the idea. It's so weird. As I said, everyone hated the idea of clone characters. Everybody. They called it Echo Fighters, and suddenly everyone was cool with it.
Yeah.
It was just something that was really interesting.
So I assume you have Daisy in D tier.
Yeah, bottom of D tier. It wasn't really even a trailer. But I wanted to talk about that significance before, like, we really got into it. So, okay.
Okay. Rids.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about this. So, Smash Ultimate was truly Ultimate at this point. I think as soon as they showed everyone was here, everyone was already content and, like, have my money, Sakurai. Yeah. You don't need to show anything else. And this Sakurai is like, because everyone was here was such an important goal for us. Unfortunately, we can't have too many newcomers. However.
Bullshit.
Play the trailer. Play the trailer. And immediately you see in a space area, Mario, Samus, and Mega Man kind of walking around. And instantly we're like, oh, fuck, it's Metroid. Oh, fuck. No way they did it. Because, you know, everyone's aware Ridley's too big. Can't ever happen. We've tried to make Ridley playable in Brawl. Couldn't. Made him a boss. Tried again in Smash 4. Couldn't. Made him a boss. So
made him a stage hazard.
Yeah, made him a stage hazard. So basically, it's like Ridley will never, ever be playable in Smash. And then it's like, oh, shit. They did it. Because here's the thing. I don't think anyone ever cared about how big or small Ridley was. Yep. And I think Sakurai eventually got that message and decided to design to Ridley's other core strengths and value, like his savagery and his brutality.
Yep. And it started a trend that would happen in at least a couple other trailers of Mario fucking died.
Yeah, he straight up fucking crushed Mario's skull in the palm of his hand and stabbed Mega Man to death. We're like, oh my god, Ultimate's gonna be a mature game. What the hell?
Yeah. I am going to put Ridley. I'm gonna put Ridley. Oh, where do I want to put Ridley? This is such a tough call. Because like I really liked that like Sakurai. No, not the Sakurai. The Iwata Reggie trailer. That was dope. I'm gonna put... This might be a tiny bit controversial. I'm gonna put it just a teeny tiny bit below the Mii Fighter trailer. That's just me. I really liked the Mii Fighter trailer. It was different. It was something different.
Oh, for sure.
But the Ridley trailer was still really fucking good.
Okay, so for me, this is an easy S tier. Not quite S+. Because because I feel like S plus is for the truly internet shattering moments.
Yeah.
But this was definitely one of the greatest reveals in Smash Ultimate and Smash history. I'm going to put him below Mega Man, but above Palutena. I think because of just how everybody universally just wrote off Ridley.
Yeah.
Including Sakurai himself for the longest time.
Yep.
To see him here was just surreal. And then the splash art Ridley hits the big time. Was just
I was about to say, that's the fucking ticket.
And like I said, I think to me what really sells me on this trailer was the fact that after the splash art, he grabs Mario's hat, does like the spinning twirl thing that was in Odyssey, because he was just massive troll at that point.
That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking
good. And as I said, this was like a start of a trend of just brutal fucking like killing going on in all of these trailers.
So we can cover these two characters pretty much at the same time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's Simon and Richter Belmont. Some classic video gaming characters right here.
Oh yeah, icons of the NES and the Super Nintendo, for sure.
And also references one of, at the time, a more obscure Nintendo game, Luigi's Mansion.
Oh yeah. So, unfortunately, this is one Nintendo did an oopsie on themselves to do for the presentation. On their website, they uploaded a music track that was titled for Galaga. But then, as soon as you play it, it was Bloody Tears from Castlevania. So everyone instantly knew, okay, Simon Belmont is in the game. That was pretty much guaranteed. And as soon as it opened with the castle sequence, it was like, oh, there's Simon Belmont. They're getting it out of the way right off the bat. Because it kind of felt like, wouldn't Castlevania be like one of those bombshell reveals you reveal at the end? But whatever. We were rolled with it at the time. And seeing Luigi run around and get terrified by all the different like monsters and things, and it was clearly Castlevania. You could see from like Medusa and like all the other like iconic Castlevania monsters.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay, this is actually cool as shit. Castlevania and Smash is like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then Luigi fucking dies.
Yeah.
Death himself just reaps Luigi, and I'm like, oh my god. Yeah. The brutality did not stop with Ridley. And then Simon squares up on him with the whip, throws off the cloak, and then you hear Bloody Tears, and then Simon comes out, and you're like, oh my gosh, they went with the iconic design of Simon, and not that edgy red-haired shit, right? So, like, it was already sold and, like, super cool. Then you got to see, like, Simon, like, all the references in the trailer, and, like, seeing Simon have, like, that stiff walking animation that was the same as it was in Castlevania. That was the first character I looked at, and I was like, the Sakurai's attention to detail is actually insane and on another planet.
Yep. I put Ridley just a little... I put Simon a little bit below Ridley. Still an A tier, still a great trailer.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you on placing him slightly below Ridley, but obviously I have my Ridley in S, so...
Should we just put Richter in the same tier as Simon at that point?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I would actually put him slightly above Simon, but still in the same spot. And let me explain. So, we knew about Simon. Simon was 100% happening because of the leak before. Squaring up on Dracula, kind of losing a little bit. Out of nowhere, literally nobody expected this. Richter shows up, and I think Rondo Blood was the most famous and successful Castlevania game. Yes. And Richter was or Symphony of the Night. I'm sorry, Symphony of the Night. Yeah, Symphony of the Night. Richter was the playable character of that one, so we thought they'd go with Simon because he's the OG. But the fact that we got both was just the absolute smartest decision that they could make for the Castlevania series representation as a whole. And because, like, Simon was so expected, Richter ended up being the reveal, in my opinion. And that was like, oh, wow, that's super awesome. So, yeah, he actually goes slightly above Simon on my list. But still in the same spot.
All right, we can knock these two out pretty quickly. I'm pretty sure. Dark Samus, D tier. Crumb. Where the fuck I'm half wanting to put Chrome in D tier, but I won't, because Chrome is like, okay, I'm not. Chrome got the disrespect.
Yeah,
Again.
so the
He's
thing
like,
about Chrom is Chrom was the most requested Fire Emblem character leading into Smash 4. So the fact that Robin and Lucina got it and they fucking dabbed on him was like, okay, that was incredibly mean to Chrom fans.
but then you dab on him again by not. He doesn't even get a slot. He gets
Well,
a Echo Fighter.
in the end, I think it makes a lot of sense because Lucina already was the balanced blade version of Marth. So making a balanced blade version of Roy also like made a lot of sense. But they already had his model and whatnot from Robin's final Smash and victory screens. It just made too much sense to make him an Echo Fighter. I think a lot of people actually predicted it of like Ike or something, but not of Roy for that matter.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. I think Chrom would be my highest rated of the Echo Fighters. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm even going to put him above Corrin because fuck you, Corrin. But, as I said, I felt like they had to do this because, as I said, the whole dabbing on Chrom thing was like, for anybody who was a large fan of Chrom, that was mean. That was mean as fuck.
That was nasty. Speaking of a nasty character.
Oh boy. So we were like, okay. They opened up this presentation with Castlevania. Then they gave us 2 Echo Fighters. They said, don't expect any more, too many characters. Then they dropped fucking 4 on us. Then we see the reveal at the very end. Okay, so if Simon opens up the presentation, who the hell are they closing it with?
Well.
And I gotta say, wow.
Oh ho ho. He's a back.
Yeah, so, playing, first of all, the trailer was really cool. They played through, the Heroes and Villains sequence where, all the Nintendo heroes were squaring up against their respective villains.
Yep.
And whatnot. And you're like, oh, wow, this is super cool. And the minute it transitioned off the CRT to Donkey Kong yawning, I was like, holy shit, it's King K. Rool. And I think this is the third character I legitimately popped off for. Because I think I've only popped off for Cloud and Snake at this point.
Yep.
But for a little context, to me, and this was my opinion at the time, I guess I know a little bit differently with Sora now. I always thought K. Rool was the real ballot winner. And at the very least, the most popularly requested first-party character on the ballot. Because you couldn't go anywhere on, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, Smashboards, anywhere, without seeing K. Rool's Kremlin campaign for Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was incredibly exciting. And then the fake out with Duck Hunt was just hilarious. Or not Duck Hunt, I'm sorry. With King DDD ripping off what was the Mii costume in Smash 4 and laughing. And you see DK and Ding like, nah, you can't do that, DDD. You can't do that.
That was pretty good. That was pretty
I think that was the first time they poked fun at the fan base. Because it's like, everybody wanted K. Rool, and it's like, they were like, nah, you don't get K. Rool. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You don't understand what you're doing. Do you realize the shitstorm you've caused? And then K. Rool shows up and just tells DDD to BTFO. So.
Yeah. So where do you put K. Rool?
Okay, so King K. Rool to me is probably right where I have Snake from Brawl. But above Mega Man Ridley, below Snake. I think, to me, as what I considered the ballot champion at the time, I think this was the homecoming. Because here's some even more context for King K. Rool. King K. Rool hadn't appeared in a Nintendo game since the GameCube, and was pretty much written out of the Donkey Kong series entirely.
Well, since Super Sluggers in like 2009 or something.
Yeah. And even before Super Sluggers, he scarcely appeared in anything since Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people were like, is K. Rool dead? It's like, is it gone? Is it over? And he was one of the most beloved, iconic Nintendo villains, and it kind of felt like they just moved on from him and forgot about him. So, like, it was very important to have K. Rool come back.
Yep.
So.
S plus tier.
Oh, that high. That high. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Because, like, this is a character I was like, holy shit. Fuck yes. very excited for this character. One of the, I think, 2 characters that I was like, holy fuck, let's go. Like, I only had 2 characters that, besides, like, of course, the shock factor that I was just absolutely hyped for.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, from hype to unhype.
Okay, that's mean. It's Isabel. I don't think Isabel's unhyped. I don't think she's exciting as other characters, obviously, but I think the thing about Isabel is just because of, like, the fever pitch that was special. Because let's talk about everything up until this point. They opened up with literally everyone is here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ridley is finally in. Castlevania has made its appearance. Oh, by the way, here's the actual ballot winner in King K. Rool. At least what I speculated at the time. Yeah, Smash Ultimate was like swinging for the fences non-stop.
Yeah.
It had to come back down to earth a little bit. It just had to.
Yeah.
And I don't even think this is a bad character for it to come back down to earth on.
I guess that, personally to me, I felt like Animal Crossing was well represented.
I think Isabel was popular enough as a character. And seeing that what New Horizons did on Switch later on, I think, if anything, it needs more representation. But, yeah, I think Isabel was a really good choice. But I think it was an obvious choice. Because I felt like at that point, it was pretty obvious that Isabel was going to be one of the newcomers. Because of her, like, astounding popularity. Also, the Doom Guy and Isabel memes were just 10 out of 10. They were everywhere.
Oh, also, I alluded to this with Little Mac. This is the second of 2 assist trophies to get the upgrade.
That is correct. So,
assist to fighter.
Yeah, and unfortunately the last for some fans of a certain purple-hatted Italian.
And some fans of a certain yellow-haired swordsman from a Camelot series.
Yeah.
I'm doing them dirty, yes.
Yeah, but anyways, Isabel. And this led into the announcement of a new Animal Crossing game, which was pretty cool. Unfortunately, yep. I feel like it was just too expected. Like, everybody knew it was going to happen, then it happened. And while the trailer was super neat, how, like, she was cleaning up the office, and then, like, she was working in place of Villager, who was at Smash, and then Tom Nook, who was setting up the new Animal Crossing game or whatever.
Yeah.
Isabel getting the letter, and as soon as there was a letter, I'm like, oh my god, it's Smash. I mean, obviously it was Smash. I think, to me, this is probably top of C tier. It's probably, and I feel pretty bad, because, like, I'm rating it below Rosaluma and Villager's trailers, but I feel like those trailers were just legitimately better in terms of, like, quality and, like, stuff like that. Like, the Kirby with the Mario Kart thing was super cool, and then Villager wasn't just Villager, it was also Smash 4 being introduced as a whole.
Yeah. I'm going to put Isabel in C tier below Lucina Robin.
I just see my Lucina Robin sitting in S tier up there. It's definitely funny. All right, so
well, yeah, we had another not as hype but still cool character in the other half of Barbie, Ken.
That's a good transition.
All right,
so
Ken.
Probably the duo of the second most divisive reveal of Smash Ultimate specifically. For those of you that were, in Smash speculation or even following Smash Ultimate at all, everyone's heard about a certain little thing called the Grinch leak. And let me tell you, this trailer broke a lot of hearts that day. So, to be fair, looking back at all the DLC we got since then, I would say the Grinch leak was actually the worst timeline compared to what we actually got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will agree. Having after the fact of the whole thing happening, like seeing what we got.
Oh yeah, so right at the start, you have a really cool fight between Little Mac, and you're in the first person of a character, and then I'm personally familiar with the voice actor. I forget it's actually the same voice actor for Dante in the Devil May Cry series. Kind of like fun, cocky, like strong about it. Like it's super cool. So that was super cool. That opened up in a boxing ring, and Ken was giving Little Mac the hands.
Yeah, he was giving him the hands. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he does like that finisher. I think that was in Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition, where it was like the Evo like combo moment where he kicked like Little Mac into the like screen.
Yep.
Which was like super like freaking cool because like he got the parry and then he did the full combo. This was incredibly hype for me because I felt like this is the kind of trailer Ryu should have had in Smash 4. First and foremost.
I'm gonna put honestly Ken's trailer was good. I'd put it in A tier, bottom of A tier.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as bottom of A tier, but I'm gonna put it in the top of A tier because I think this was a really good trailer, and that's going to transition into our next character who is part of the same trailer. And for some people, disappointing because this is the character that crushed everyone's dream. Because the thing about Ken is Ken was also in the Grinch leak because there was already an image leak of him floating around the internet at the time. He was also part of another. Not really a leak, but a theory known as Box Theory. It was Box Theory versus the Grinch leak, where Box Theory basically hinted that we would only get 2 more characters for base game because of all the characters fitting on the limited edition box for Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
Which ended up being true. Mm-hmm. Versus the Grinch leak having all these crazy iconic characters like Shadow, Gino, Ken, and fucking Banjo-Kazooie and all that. So as soon as Incineroar appeared, like for everybody that was excited as they were, he crushed everyone's dreams. And you know what? I think that makes this trailer better. And let me explain. Wow. So Incineroar as a Pokemon, you're like, oh man, another fully evolved fire starter when we have Charizard. Oh, that's cringe. But here is why Incineroar is amazing. Because number one, he's not a Pokemon in his moveset. He is a wrestler.
Yes, he
is a heel wrestler.
Professional wrestler.
He is a heel.
Yeah, and as probably the bigger pro wrestling fan of the two of us here in this call, I was like, fuck yes, let's do this.
Yeah, so...
Yes.
Incineroar being revealed can be disappointing because it's a Pokemon or it's whatever. But as the heel wrestler, and with the really cool trailer with Ken throwing hands with him and whatnot,
yeah,
I think Incineroar's moveset was super cool. He taunts after every time he hits somebody, which was like, oh my gosh, this guy is the ultimate heel. He's a true grappler. Smash finally had its Zangief. Or Zangief, sorry. Yeah. I butchered that. But I was like, that is super cool. That is like the most awesome thing. As I said, hopes and dreams were crushed at the heel of Incineroar. So I am putting this actually above Ken's trailer, but at the bottom of S instead of the top of S. Because that shit was so cool. Actually, I'm going to put Ken's trailer at the bottom of S too. Yeah. That was just a great trailer. Not to mention Villager, K. Rool, and who was the third character? All had their boxing gloves on. They wanted to trade hands with...
They wanted to fucking... maybe Donkey Kong?
Yeah, I think it's Donkey Kong.
I'm not sure. I'm going to put this trailer... I'm going to put Incineroar above Ridley.
Oh, wow.
Well, I only have Ridley in, like, A tier. But, like, I love the character, love the trailer. As you pointed out, the heel wrestler that crushes people's dreams. Yes. Great trailer. And, again, like you said earlier, Slade, the heel crushing the dreams of people. Love it. So, from the Dream Crusher to the... What the
Okay, so
right?
Incineroar was a dream crusher for everyone that was a believer of the Grinch leak. No. This next character was my dream crusher, personally. Because it was a Mario rep of the series that I did not want. Not only did not want, but felt like at this point I was never going to get it. Because not only were my hopes and dreams crushed at the heel of Incineroar by the Grinch League being fake, but then they showed off the most what the fuck Mario character to have ever gotten into Smash, and that is Piranha Plant.
A Piranha Plant, yep. And a fun fact for those who don't know, in the Mario Party 3 duel mode, Piranha Plant is the default duel partner for Waluigi.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes, babe.
Yeah.
I had to bring that up. I am going to put Piranha Plant below Isabelle.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember there being a trailer, but it's not going in D tier because it's too hilarious. Especially with what I just brought up. And R.I.P. Waluigi.
Oh, yeah. Watching the trailer and stuff, because basically it's just Mario music, and then you see Mario walking to the left, and he walks up to a Piranha Plant. It's like, oh, hey, it's a Piranha Plant. Mario tries to dash attack it. It rolls, and then does a forward smash. And I'm like, wait, that's playable? What the fuck? What the fuck?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty 10 out of 10. But, as a Geno stan, as the Incineroar appearance already crushed my hopes and dreams, I felt like Piranha Plant was just kicking me while I was down. But that being said, I'm a good-spirited guy. It was the first and only joke character they showed off. I was actually surprised we didn't get one up until this point.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it at the top of C tier above Isabelle. I don't think it was a bad trailer or a bad reveal. I think it was... actually, no. We're putting it at the bottom of B. I think it was a good trailer. I think the pure shock factor and value was like, oh, wow, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, actually, I'm probably going to do the fucking same. Actually, yeah.
Because you're just sitting there like Mario, like oh, it's a random Piranha Plant. What the fuck? It's playable?
Yeah, it can roll.
It was just too great.
It could dodge, like, what the fuck?
And then it did a forward smash, because first it rolled, so I was like, what? And then it forward smash. Like, oh, that's playable. That's 100% playable.
Yep. Okay.
DLC time. I guess Piranha Plant DLC.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Piranha Plant was weird, like, because, like, if you got the game before a certain date, he was free. Otherwise, he was, like, I don't know, $2.99 or $2.99 USD or some shit. But it's time for DLC. So this one was a shocker, to say the least.
Yep.
To a good number of people, considering this person had a whopping one appearance on a Nintendo console, and it wasn't even for his main series.
Nope. The Persona Q series, spin-off series.
It's Joker.
Oh, yeah. So, this was super crazy at the time, because this was literally the same day Smash Ultimate came out. And not even just that, this was at the Game Awards. So, this trailer and the character itself was incredibly meta. Because for those that were unaware, when Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year before, along with Super Mario Odyssey being one of the contenders, as well as PUBG, the other contender for that reward was Persona 5. So it felt like it came full circle, honestly. And this also set the pace for what we could expect for DLC fighters. Like, okay, well, we got DLC fighters incoming. They're all going to be newcomers. Are we expecting first party like Dixie and Waluigi and Skull Kid? Or like, are they already deconfirmed because their sister? Like, what can we expect from our DLC? And what a way to start. And the most probably meta out of all the reveal trailers so far.
Yeah. I'm going to put it... I'm going to speed run these characters S tier purely for the shock value. Purely for the shock factor.
I think for me, what's really cool about this is because at first when you're watching it, you're like, oh, it's just another Persona 5 game or whatever. It's gonna be like a Persona 5 sequel, or it's gonna be Persona 5 like was Persona 5 Royal even announced at the time? I don't think so.
No, not at that time.
Yeah, so we thought it was gonna be like Persona 5 Golden or like Persona 5 coming to Switch or something. And then, like, he's like, in fact, we've been invited. And then I was like, no. No, the letter appeared. I'm like, no. He flipped it with the Smash logo. I lost my shit. Oh my god. So, yeah, this is an easy S tier. I think it's, I'm going to put it right below Ridley, but above Simon and Richter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yep. All right. It's continuing to speed run. We have Hero. The hero from Dragon Quest. This character got overshadowed, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Hero's trailer was fine to me.
Really?
Nothing.
Okay.
And I get why the character is kind of important, but it was just like it was a good trailer.
I feel like
I'd probably put it in like maybe like B tier, probably like next to Bowser Jr. But that's just me.
So, remember when I said Simon and Richter were, like, the first trailer where I kind of looked at, like, how Sakurai designed characters, like, oh my god, like, his attention to detail is the most insane thing ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the next character that I got, like, Sakurai's just a god. So, when the reveal trailer started playing, and Byron can attest to this, I had predicted a hero after the Everyone is Here and before any other character was announced.
Yep. Yes, you did.
Because Dragon Quest was coming to the Switch, Nintendo was publishing it, and we already knew that if Nintendo puts characters for game franchises in Smash, those game franchises see a lot more success. Fire Emblem, unfortunately, is the biggest example of that. So, I was telling everybody who would listen, this was outside of leaks, because I know Vergeman leaked it too, it's whatever. I knew Hero was going to be in the game, or at least the Dragon Quest XI protagonist. What I did not expect was not only for the trailer to be godlike, because the trailer was god tier. I think you have to be a Dragon Quest fan to appreciate the level of detail and attention, because, like, first and foremost, you have Link fighting Marth and Meta Knight and the dark part of the World of Light, with Dark on, hovering the sky. Which is a direct reference to the big event that happens in Dragon Quest XI. Where everything basically goes to shit, right? So, the thing that links Hero and Link together is you actually couldn't... There was an Easter egg in Dragon Quest, in the early Dragon Quest, where if you tried to name your hero Link, the game would kind of like poke fun at you, like, haha, no, that's a true hero, you don't deserve to wear the name or something. And, like, the series were kind of always intertwined as the fantasy series of the NES and the Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
So, already that's incredibly meta there. But I think the thing that makes this trailer so amazing is the other three Dragon Quest characters were alts and appeared in the trailer. So you got the protagonist of Dragon Quest 1 through 3, you got the protagonist of Dragon Quest 8, and you got the protagonist of Dragon Quest 9. So you have a lineup of the most iconic Dragon Quest characters. They didn't just go with 11 because that game was coming to Nintendo Switch. They actually went out of their way to show extreme love to the series overall. All while Overture's like playing in the background. It's one of the most iconic fucking Dragon Quest songs of all time. And you have to understand this series is the JRPG. As in, everything that's happened in RPGs, turn-based combat games, and, modern-day RPGs, only exists today because Dragon Quest started it all. So, I think for me, this isn't an S tier, even though I've been building it up like crazy. Because, ultimately, this was kind of a shill character that we all expected to get in. I thought it was incredibly predictable. It's going to be at the top of A tier because, one, Dragon Quest is an extremely iconic series. And then, two, I think, for me, this would have been a B tier if the attention to detail wasn't so immaculate and insane. And it did get overshadowed a bit. Alright, Byron, let's talk about your favorite character.
Alright, Banjo.
Wow, that's anticlimactic.
Well, yeah, we've been going for like almost an hour 50.
Oh yeah, it's gonna keep going. Byron. This kind of video was always gonna be a long one. But buckle up.
Well, you wanted to do Smash Wii U as well, but yeah. My quick thoughts, Banjo. As Slade can attest, as soon as I saw the Jiggy, I went fucking apeshit, and I'm like, holy shit, Banjo Kazooie. Like, this is one of the 3 characters left in Smash that I wanted, which were Banjo, Crash, and Rayman. I didn't get Crash or Rayman. I knew it wasn't gonna happen for Rayman as soon as fucking Brawlhalla came out and was whatever. Crash, I don't think at this point is ever gonna happen, but I got Banjo. That was pretty hype.
Oh yeah. So Banjo Kazooie. This was definitely cloud levels of bombshell in terms of announcement because it was owned by the competitor company, Microsoft, the other company in the console making business and whatnot. And to be fair, Nintendo and Microsoft have been really buddy-buddy. They had a lot of dual, like, Minecraft, presentations and whatnot. They put, like, Ori and the Blind Forest on the Switch, as well as Cuphead on Switch, I think was announced at that point.
Yeah.
Like, so obviously, Microsoft and Nintendo, I always make the joke that they were in bed together, right? Mm-hmm. The question is, how deep did the relationship go? And could it culminate in a character getting into Smash? So, I always thought about, okay, who are the most likely Microsoft reps for Smash? Because I kind of feel like Microsoft wants to make money off the character, right? So obviously they're going to go with something like Minecraft Steve or Master Chief. Because those are their 2 largest IPs that they develop video games for. Makes way too much sense for both of those characters. Little did I know, Microsoft themselves are big fans of video game history. Mm-hmm. And the chance that they took to bring Banjo-Kazooie back home to Nintendo is one of the single greatest moments in not just Smash history, but in video game history. Because you never get to see reconciliations on, like, that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I said, with it being a Microsoft character, the bombshell is absolutely huge. It's like, what the fuck? We already got Cloud, we got Snake, we got all the PlayStation characters, but they're not owned by PlayStation. This is a Microsoft character owned by Microsoft. It's owned by Rare, and Microsoft owns Rare. But you're sitting there like, this is a competitor company. There's zero shot that this happens. And then, like, just boom. It replays the DK trailer, and I'm like, okay, it's a Rare character again? Or dog? No. And then the Jiggy bounced by, and Byron and I were in the call together. He was losing his shit.
Yep.
And I was, like, silently losing my shit, because he was very verbally losing his shit.
Yeah.
And then, boom, Banjo and Kazooie are raring to go. Amazing. So, to me, this was incredibly exciting. This isn't an S plus moment for me. Actually, no, I lied. It is S plus moment. It's bottom of S plus, right below Cloud. Boom, S plus.
All right.
What did you tier him?
I tiered him top of S plus.
Oh, even above everyone is here. That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. We have Terry. If you're from South America or really follow SNK, you really like this character. If not, it's still a cool trailer. Still a cool trailer, especially the beginning with like various SNK characters trying to pick up the envelope.
Oh yeah, the reference.
That was a nice little
was good too. Like,
little nod. I'll put this above Hero on my tier list.
Yeah, so SNK getting in was pretty much unfortunately oopsied by Nintendo the day before. They had a habit of this, so they dropped the copyright for SNK the day before on the website. So instantly we're like, okay, we're getting an SNK character. Who's it gonna be? What was the most iconic SNK character? It's Terry Bogard. So I think the trailer itself was like super duper cool because you got like a bunch of like little references like Geese Howard jumping off the roof and then falling to his death and like stuff like that. And I ultimately thought it was a very good trailer, even though it was pretty obvious it was Terry at that point. I think for me, this is below Bayonetta's trailer, but still an A-tier trailer. I think getting other fighting game representation was fantastic. And it continued to build on, well, every character we are getting are third party. So, holy shit, Ultimate is just truly Ultimate. Like, I felt like at that point, the series was at a fever, the game was at a fever pitch, literally could do no wrong. It was the most exciting video game of all time, and it continued, even with characters we weren't familiar with, still introducing us to new video game worlds and characters. And that was amazing. And Terry also, really fun character. Really cool. Really cool. So, unfortunately, all good things come to an end.
Oh boy.
And the hype comes to an end.
Oh,
so let me preface this. I want to preface this before. I have to say that. I've been talking about it, I know, but.
Yep.
Fire Emblem Three Houses is my favorite Nintendo Switch game. I am the biggest Fire Emblem fan on the platform. But I'm also an honest Fire Emblem fan, okay? I'm an honest Fire Emblem fan. This didn't need to happen. I think after Corrin, Nintendo should have got the memo that Fire Emblem, with 7 representatives at the time, was a bit much.
Well.
And then the trailer was dog water. Because the reason why it's dog water, because you're like, oh, what do you mean? It's an animated trailer of the cutscene or whatever. They literally copy and pasted the scene straight out of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Then they did some weird shit with the letter. Then Byleth was flying, which isn't even possible. Using the other relic weapons, which he can do that, but like, nah. Like, this trailer with dog water. And I love Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's my favorite game on the Switch. You guys mind, I'm still playing it to this day. I'm actually doing a randomizer run right now. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
This, to me, is below Crom and above Corrin. Because this is the all-time low. I don't think this was as bad as Corrin. Simply because I just despise Corrin that much. Honestly, you know what? I'm putting Corrin below the Echo Fighters, because fuck Corrin. But, this was... Yeah, this was not good. I don't want to sound ungrateful. Ultimate had been incredible. But to bring down the train of third-party characters, and what seemed like an all third-party, pass, with Fire Emblem, yikes.
Hey, I will say, I did predict that there was going to be at least one first-party character in Fighter Pass 1, and I was right, and while Slade was ranting and I forgot to put it on his tier list, I put Byleth above Corrin in C tier. But that's it.
That's
it me, for me.
I would have bumped, if the trailer wasn't literally 1-to-1 of the cutscene in Fire Emblem Three Houses, with a bunch of flying bullshit, this would be a CT trailer, because I actually think Byleth is cool, and probably my second favorite Fire Emblem character to play as in Ultimate. But this is just based off the trailer, based off the character, based off my reaction at the time. And this was dog water. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As I said, I love Fire Emblem. It is legitimately one of my top 3 Nintendo franchises that I play all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
But it had plenty of representation. It didn't need more. But you know, that's just the thing about Smash. Obviously, it had to come back down to reality. We were running really high with all those third parties, and everything was just too amazing about Ultimate. As I said, I don't want to sound ungrateful, because Ultimate has been incredible. But let's call a spade a spade. Byleth was indeed a very huge letdown.
Min was... ARMS was a... I'm not going to say like a Splatoon level franchise, but it did okay.
Yeah,
I guess we haven't heard much about the franchise these days, but Min had an alright trailer with one of the funniest things, with fucking Springman being absolutely pissed off at one point in the trailer.
Well, just get knocked the fuck out.
Yep. And the art design was kind of cool. I'll put it in... I'll put Min in B tier.
Okay,
in B tier above Greninja Charizard.
I think people wanted to see, Nintendo bounced back in a big way after Byleth was shown off. And Min Min was not that bounce back character. Let me iterate that now. But
you mean Springback?
Springback, obviously. She armed herself like in this flashback. Anyways, okay. The thing about Min Min, that trailer was like possibly the best animated trailer, in my opinion, since the Palutena trailer, hands down. You had Falcon, Captain Falcon, and Kirby, eating at the ramen shop while Min Min was kind of like an aide attending there, and the Falcon was just going in on those noodles. That was incredible. That was incredible. And then you have all the ARMS character kind of doing what the SNK characters did. They're fighting over the invitation and taking each other out. Then Min Min kind of steps out for a minute and grabs it. Okay, so I had to say this. I was not excited for Min Min at all. Because I felt like ARMS as a game was kind of mid for the most part.
Yeah.
And I don't see much of a future for ARMS overall because I kind of felt like it was a neat little gimmick, but that's all it was in the end. It was like a gimmick.
Well, ARMS is more of a future than fucking Sushi Striker, but...
Yeah. But the trailer itself was really good. So, to me, I'm actually going to put this at A tier below the Mii's and Sonic. Because, as I said, to me, this was definitely the best animated trailer we got since Palutena. And as I said, I think what makes a trailer, to me, is just watching Falcon go in on that ramen.
going in on the ramen.
They actually brought in his voice actor to record those lines. And the guy was so confused. Like, you want to listen to me slurp on ramen.
Yeah.
Am I hearing this correctly?
Yeah. Literally just that. Alright, so it's a Microsoft double trouble.
Okay, so, oh boy, this
insert that one meme of the dude with long hair. You get Banjo-Kazooie, I get Steve from Minecraft. I don't really know where to put Steve, honestly. Steve is like the one character I don't really remember the trailer for.
You didn't watch the trailer? What the?
No, I watched the trailer. I just don't remember fucking anything about the trailer. It's like the one character in Ultimate. I don't remember shit about the trailer.
Okay, let me walk you through the trailer and jog your memory, because holy shit, the trailer was amazing. So, you had what started as like a typical Smash match at Battlefield, and Sonic forward smashes Mario. And Mario goes flying into a cinematic with blocks breaking down all around and whatnot.
Oh.
Into like a dark cave.
Oh,
Ringing any bells?
Kinda, yeah. I'll put it top of B tier.
Byron, you're absolutely insane. Okay. That is the most insane... Out of all the things on the tier list, Byron, that is definitely... That's alright, we obviously don't all care for Minecraft.
I barely, remembered it. But, I can respect the character. I can respect the character. It was probably like a, hey, it's like, we'll give you fucking Banjo, you're
talking about a cultural icon. The most sold video game of all time. And
remember, Slade, we're also putting our character opinions into this.
That's true, and I don't care much for Steve, but, holy shit.
Okay, you go.
Okay. So
I bet you're putting him in S tier.
S plus. Byron, he literally broke Twitter. He broke it.
Okay, that's true.
Oh my gosh. True. Byron, are you listening to yourself? This is Minecraft in Smash. It wasn't just Steve, because Steve is actually irrelevant. It's the fact that they actually made Minecraft and its mechanics compatible with Smash.
That's impressive, but I could give two less of a fuck about
what the fuck?
Hashtag I broke Slade at 12:44 a.m. Eastern on the Sunday this will probably be up.
Okay, so this is S+. I'm putting him below Cloud and above Banjo-Kazooie. This is the craziest character reveal. I think out of all the absolute what the fuck characters, This one's probably number 1, but definitely top 3. Definitely top 3. So
I agree. Top 3. What? Top 3, maybe top 5. What the fuck characters?
not just what the fuck, but also like iconic, incredible, like so many positive adjectives. Just throw it on them. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. From breaking Twitter to stalking, we have Sephiroth. If you don't know, Sephiroth, it's apparently law that Sephiroth must follow Cloud in every fucking game. It's law, Slade, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess Cloud thought he got away, and then boom, Sephiroth's here to ruin the day.
And we definitely covered Sephiroth on the show.
Oh yeah,
for sure. This was the early days of the show.
Yeah, so
very,
for the
very
uninitiated, I think this is my favorite Smash newcomer overall, purely because Sephiroth is probably my favorite character from the Final Fantasy series, and also am very nostalgic for the Sora versus Sephiroth fights in Kingdom Hearts, because that's actually how I was introduced to Final Fantasy, and then I went and played all the Final Fantasies afterwards. So
Final Fantasy, getting introduced to Final Fantasy through Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Smash Ultimate is the craziest fucking game. So, I think there is no debate, no discussion. In terms of cinematic, this was the single greatest trailer out of all of them. Bar none. It literally opens up with World of Light, the plot going down, Galeem about to delete everybody again. Sephiroth kills Galeem, slices him in half right at the start. And everyone's like, we're saved! And then Cloud's like, no, that's the real final boss.
Yeah, that's the real fucking final boss. Like, holy shit.
And then you just see him going to town on everybody, decimating the entire cast of Smash. Fucking, that shot where it looked like he impaled Mario and hoisted him on the sword is one of the most amazing images ever in video game history.
Mario gets fucking murdered again.
Yeah, but like, Sephiroth like hoisting him up and basically showing him off like, look what I did. It's just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And then this isn't even going into the fact that Sephiroth is probably on a very short list of iconic villains. Like, who are video games' most iconic villains? You have your Bowser, you have Ganondorf, you have Dr. Robotnik / Dr. Eggman. Yep. Maybe Dr. Wily, we want to put him in there as well. You know, video games have all sorts of iconic villains, right?
Yeah, but Sephiroth.
Sephiroth is arguably the most iconic video game villain of all time. And I'm sure people are going to say it's Bowser or Ganondorf, sure. But, like...
Definitely one of the more iconic RPG, JRPG villains.
Yes. And everybody knows who Sephiroth is. Even if you've never played Final Fantasy, even if you don't like JRPGs, everybody knows the first 5 or 6 notes of One Winged Angel.
Yeah.
And the second that plays, just chills go up your spine. You're just like, holy fucking shit, it's Sephiroth. And he's here again. And now it's Smash. So, to me, and then I said character bias was always going to play into his list. Yeah. This is my number 1 reveal overall. Even more so than everyone is here.
Wow.
Because, one, Sephiroth is probably my favorite character that's in Smash overall. But not even just that. It's also the fact that not only was he revealed as the second Final Fantasy VII rep or whatever, but he also had the single greatest trailer up until that point as well. So, hands down, my number 1.
I'll rate the Sephiroth trailer pretty high. I'll put an S tier. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. That like, I think I don't know, were we in a call together for that one or no?
No, I was at work and my boss was talking to me about a project while I had the Game Awards playing on my phone. And, my boss, I was talking about the project. She finished wrapping up, started to walk out the door. All of a sudden, I hear Galeem get sliced. So I look at my phone like, oh my god, it's Smash. I almost missed the Smash. And then I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I hear the duh, duh, Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's Sephiroth! Ah! Yeah, so, yeah, that's where I was. As I said, Sephiroth to me is the most unforgettable trailer of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know, everyone here is here, and Claude was also amazing. Alright, so at this point, Smash Ultimate has been a roller coaster.
It's
Highs
been a
and
roller
lows.
coaster.
So,
We have
back down to reality a bit.
Pyra.
Yeah, so, obviously, I think a lot of people expected another Xenoblade rep, considering how successful Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was. As well as, they rebooted Xenoblade Chronicles twice, once on 3DS and then the other on Switch.
Not what we expected, though.
Yeah, so we thought Rex would have been in, and he would have had Pyra and Mithra as, like, supporting blades for him to use. They just said, fuck you, Rex, get out of the way.
Yep, get dabbed on like your Crom.
I suppose you'll get your... Yeah, he's the new Crom. He got dabbed on.
Yeah. Yeah, he ended up being DLC me costume material.
Yeah. So, huge fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It takes forever to start, but then once the world actually opens up and you get to do all of the post-game content and whatnot, combat is really good. I think the game's pretty fantastic. The DLC for it was basically good enough to be its own standalone game. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But as for Pyra and Mithra as characters and whatnot overall, it was that's kind of cool, I guess. I think it's cool that they had both of them and they had the form changing thing that Pokemon Trainer and Sheik had for Zelda. Yeah. But I think to me this trailer, because I think it's really cool that they had the Xenoblade team at Monolith Soft put together a whole ass trailer, a story, and all that just for this reveal. And I think that carries a lot of favor. But ultimately, I just don't think that it's the greatest character to announce, especially coming off of Sephiroth and Steve. You knew at that point those were impossible acts to follow. So this is gonna go at the bottom of A tier, below Terry and Bayonetta for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it below Min for me.
Yeah, it's fair enough. You don't have any opinions one way or another?
No, not really. This is one of the few characters I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that's cool, I guess.
It's kind of like Isabelle, in a way, a little bit. It's like Shulk, there. So one last fighting game got represented.
Yeah, and I think this one was something that we expected for a long time, because Bandai Namco were the ones developing Smash 4 and then Smash Ultimate. So we knew they were always going to get a second rep. And, I'll just dive into it. Kazuya Mishima gets ready for the next battle.
Yep. I do love how it's in the Tekken font.
So I just want to say, the shot of him carrying Ganondorf to the edge of the cliff right at the start is one of the greatest things ever.
No. You want to know what's better? Kazuya fucking carrying Kirby.
And then Kirby just floats back up. Yeah, that whole trailer was just incredible. For a lot of people that aren't initiated, it's a Mishima family tradition to throw each other off of cliffs, to kill each other into volcanoes, active volcanoes. So, Heihachi did it to Kazuya as a kid. Kazuya survived. Kazuya came back, did it to him multiple times. I think Heihachi did it to him again. And then Kazuya finally did it a last time. So, it's family tradition. They've tried to kill each other by throwing each other off cliffs. It's great. The whole thing's great. So, Tekken getting into Smash, it's kind of weird because, Kazuya doesn't play like a Tekken character, but at the same time, he feels like a Tekken character because the way weaving in and out is so important for him with the highs and lows. So, Kazuya's trailer was really good. I think, even though it wasn't, super exciting, I think ultimately it was one of the best trailers, I think, for Ultimate as a whole. I think it was honestly up there with the Castlevania trailers. So, I'm putting this in S tier. I'm going to put it right behind the Palutena anime trailer. Simply because I think it was kind of funny. He was carrying the fighters up the cliff. You see him kind of throw Min Min off the cliff thing. has to mess with Ram a little bit because
Yeah.
his leg gets caught on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kirby at the end. That Kazuya Mishima, that was an incredible trailer.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Personally, for me, I'll put it just. It's on the same level for me as the Simon and Richter trailers. Maybe a little more so because there is a lot of meme potential that has been capitalized on with Kazuya's trailer. Because I've seen so many memes. You wouldn't believe the number of Kazuya chucking things off cliff memes I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a pretty good trailer. So it's definitely for me an A tier trailer. But yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, guys, the final trailer.
Yeah, finally. Yeah. So we covered this man to death already. The character I thought was the final impossible character because of the 3 circles. It's Sora.
Oh yeah, and I think with this character, if there's ever a future Smash, literally no one gets ruled out ever again, ever. Okay, so obviously everyone knows the Kingdom Hearts series. We talked about this to death already. This is super iconic. The trailer itself kind of hits you in all the right feels because obviously this is the end. This is the end of Ultimate. They open up with the homage to the original Inkling trailer with the Smash Ball and the flames. All the fighters are there, and then you see the light slowly dying out. The flames are reduced to a single ember on the ground. And for the longest time, when this trailer was playing, I was like, "Oh my god, it's fucking Dark Souls rep." Because when I was gonna touch that, it's gonna be a bonfire lit.
And everybody else thought it was fucking Dark Souls.
Then after Mario reaches the fire and grabs a sword, I was like, "Wait, it's Tales of Arise," because I was just playing that game recently, and there's the fire sword.
No.
So I was like flipping back and forth, and then the Keyblade appeared. And I'm like, oh, it's Kingdom Hearts. Oh my god.
We saw the 3 circles, and if you know what I'm talking about, it's the 2 smaller circles, the big circles, the House of Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse, the Mickey Mouse emblem. So, obviously, Kingdom Hearts is incredibly iconic, and like I said, that was my introduction to Final Fantasy, and I think, to this day, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are some of my favorite video games of all time.
Yeah.
Really, really happy to see this character. I honestly rolled him out just because of his Disney affiliation.
Yep, same.
Because I felt like out of all the barriers Sakurai has overcome, this is one he can't. He can't do it. I was wrong. I should never have opened my mouth in such a way. At this point, Sakurai can do whatever Sakurai wants. Like, Sora from Kingdom Hearts is just wow. Utterly amazing. And the trailer itself was really god tier. And that was just before they had the gameplay trailer at the very end. We're talking about just the reveal that Sakurai was like, afterwards.
Yep.
Like, this is S+. To me, this isn't as good as Everyone Is Here or even Cloud. Simply because I think those moments were so much more huge for Smash.
Yeah.
But, like, it's still one of the single greatest trailers in all of Smash. I think everything in my S+ tier, I think were internet-shattering, like, monumentally breaking Smash moments. And I feel like Sora couldn't go anywhere else. Honestly, I'm really tempted to bump up K. Rool and Ridley and Snake up there. I'm going to do that. So, put Snake right here, K. Rool right here. Yeah, we'll leave Ridley in S. I think, no, let's put K. Rool back down. Get back down there. Okay, so I think everything in my S+ tier were like, this is the most defining moments of the Smash series. Hands down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would agree.
It's a good trailer. I will say that it was definitely one of the more shocking characters. So if we were doing like a shocking characters tier list, Sora would be like the toppest tier with like Cloud and Snake coming back and Joker.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed the trailer. I'll probably put it around like for me, and it's mainly down to like I don't have much of an attachment like to the character itself. I'll put it in around that like Richter, Simon, like Kazuya tier. It's still a pretty good trailer.
For sure.
Yeah, and that was exhausting. I think this beats out our I think our second episode is the longest fucking episode.
Oh yeah, and then like our third was like the Nintendo Direct presentation that we went over.
Yeah, that we recorded like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we've been on the grind lately, Byron. Flex on them. All right. So, anyways, those are our tier lists. Feel free to comment, post your own tier list in the comments, or hell, flame the shit out of ours. I am down for the conversation. But Slade, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Or Byron, what the hell is that Steve played? But you could say whatever you want as long as you keep it cordial.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, we would love to farm the interactions. So. I think that's going to be the end. Byron seems like he's probably going to drop dead at any minute. So this has been Slade.
And this has been Byron. And we will see you next week for definitely a way smaller episode.
That's it,
Until
everyone.
then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.